are now joined by UFC welterweight Randy Brown. Our first question goes to Jade Anderson with Cateside Press.
Thanks very much, Randy, and welcome back. Good to see you get into this fight finally. I know it was originally booked for April and obviously pushed back to the because of the pandemic. How frustrating has the wait been here?
Uh, it's been a little frustrating, but nothing crazy, you know. I just kind of roll with the punches and do what I need to do, you know. So never not that frustrating. I just kind of just gave me more. I looked at it as, hey, I got more time to put in the work and do what I got to do to get where I need to be.
Were you surprised to see Vicente get this fight again after he, fought Nico after you were originally booked?
Yes, I actually was. Uh, Only because uh, he fought a number 10. He moved up in the rankings, and now that he's up in the rankings, I figured, all right, well, he's gonna want to move up and fight upwards now, you know. But I respect the fact that he actually, you know, was a man of his word and decided, hey, I'm gonna. We had unfinished business, so I'm gonna continue what I started and fight this dude. Because I actually messaged him on Instagram, you know, after his fight with Nico and saying, hey, we got unfinished business, and hey, here we are today. Shout out to him.
And I know you said, with the extra time, of course, you get more time in camp. What has camp looked like for you during the pandemic? Have you been hampered by a lot of restrictions, or is it closer to normal?
It's a lot of restrictions. You know, it's different. It's definitely not the usual, but we did what we had to do to make it happen, man. You know, I got a great team around me, great group of guys, and everybody played their part and did what they needed to do. You know, my coaches did everything in order to make sure camp was safe for me, and we made a workaround. You know, so we just adapted and overcame.
And what does a win over Vicente mean to you? Because he is a pretty big name in the division. And like you said, I mean, he just fought Nico Price, who was a little up there, and now he is, he is staying true to his word.
This is a great win. It's a great win for me. You know, I believe in styles make fights. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's a great pressure fighter. Um, he's a little one-dimensional. You know, from my perspective, I believe he's a little one-dimensional. But other than that, he's a great guy, great competitor. You know, he's coming forward, hard nosed. We all know what to expect. You know, big leg kicks, strong. You know, strong coming forward, throwing bombs. Um, Stylistically, I think that's a mistake trying to fight me that way. You know, because I think he just gets picked apart. But it's a great win for me, and that's pretty much it. You know, it's good. It's a good win for me. That's all I can say. Great challenge too, by the way. Good challenge.
Absolutely. And last one for me. I mean, this is your first fight since November. You had that big performance of the night on a two-fight win streak, but you're coming into a very different world. You're coming into an empty arena, no fans. What are you expecting from that?
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. For me, if you've been around me long enough, or you know, as I've been in the UFC, you know, guys are getting to know me more. It's more my personality is just I'm one of those guys that I deal with it as it comes, and when I get there, I don't really put extra additives that most people usually try to put on me or themselves. It's kind of like, hey, at the end of the day, it's a fight. I spar damn near every day in the gym, and when we're in the gym, it's quiet. You know, it's quiet sometimes. Sometimes there's music. You know, so it's the same thing. It's a sparring session, but this time I'm trying to hurt you. I can hear all the shots. Once we touch gloves and we start fighting, adrenaline kicks in and everything. It's a fight at the end of the day, no matter where it is or what the situation is. It's still a fight.
All right. Well, looking forward to this fight this week, and thanks very much for the time.
Thank you.
Next question is from Jim Barcelone with the Miami Herald.
Yeah, I was listening. So, what has the training then been like? Has the training been different because you had to sort of adjust a little bit more with this whole pandemic, or more business as usual?
Uh, no, it was a lot of adjustments, man. It was a lot of adjustments. I can't say camp was the same. Camp was different. It definitely was different. There was a lot of training at home, the backyard, sneaking in the gym from time to time with my coaches. Um, but it's my same cast and crew, you know, at Budokan Martial Arts Academy. We get the job done, you know. It's my coaches. It's always been a tight knit group, you know, so we just kept it real tight. Most of the guys couldn't make it. When they couldn't make it, we made it work on the fly, man. We made it work on the fly. Um, I feel that I'm in just as good shape, that I've been in the past, being that we're so limited. But we made it work, man. We made it work. Backyard training, sneaking in the gym, just working on my own as far as cardio and all that. We made it work.
Old school training.
Old school, kept it old school, baby.
Who did you get to bring with you? Were you able to bring everybody with you for this fight, or only a select few? Because I know they limit the numbers.
Oh no, I got my squad with me. I got my squad. Tyrone Creddle, Matt Cully, and Sensei Nardu. Sensei Nardu, he's here. Only one of my coaches that usually doesn't come is Keith Trimble, but he helped me tremendously back home as well.
And you're living in New York, is that correct?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, and South Florida, Florida in general, we're going through a whole big thing. It's hit pretty hard here. New York had been pretty hard as well. How are family and friends in Massachusetts, New York, and your area?
Well, knock on wood, the family's good. Everything was good, so I'm happy for that. But New York was hit heavy, heavy, man. New York was hit hard. Everything was shut down, and it was interesting, to say the least. There's sirens everywhere. Every time you turn and look around, you hear sirens of ambulances down the street, up and down. It was a little wild, but we got past it. New York is strong. We do what we got to do, and here we are. We're getting better. Right now, I think they're saying it's a 2% infection rate or something like that. I don't want to be wrong. Or 1% now, but yeah.
And you also, while you were getting ready for this fight, and you mentioned before, haven't fought since I believe November. It's been a
Mhm.
while since you fought. Did you try to get on when UFC decided they're coming back? We're going to do this in May. Did you and your camp try to get on an earlier fight, or no?
No,
Just whenever they came calling.
no. I took my time with it. I wanted to rush. Me personally, I'm one of those guys who I don't like to rush things or half-ass it. I love to have, honestly, my preferred time of training. I love having a full 8 to 10 week camp. Yeah, this was a shorter camp for my liking. Like I said, we got the job done anyway. But usually, I like to take my time, and I'm not one of those guys who rushing anything at all.
And do you study film on your fighter that you're fighting? Do you have your team do that? Do you do that? What is your style there? Some fighters do, some fighters not so much.
I like to look. I look at them a few times. I don't obsess over it. I think some guys obsess over it too much, and that can put you in a position of worrying about what your opponent is going to do more so than what you're going to do. For me, I look at it a few times and I see what I need to see, learn what I need to learn, and then I move on. My coaches, on the other hand, they are looking and studying him diligently throughout the entire camp.
And then lastly, for me, did you check out some of the fights from Fight Island, and what did you think about Fight Island?
Doug Rose, Doug Rose, she looked good, man. That was one of the fights that I really liked. I love the way her style is. I love the way she fought that fight beautifully. Um, Her and another person impressed me was Kelvin Cater. He looked really good as well. Those two guys, that guy and girl, they were really good. They stood out to me.
Hey, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
That's all we have for you today, Randy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.